Hey everybody, Coder Dan here, and today I want to give you a tour of our courtyard, which we turned into this insane UV-themed streaming music studio. Come check it out. With the COVID-19 pandemic, there's been some pretty crazy stuff going on. Lots of people are out of work, and one of those people has actually been my wife. Lauren is a singer-songwriter and DJ, and her career in Sydney has been going really well up until this point. We've created a film clip for her. She's done big performances for festivals here in Sydney and across Australia. Honestly, losing all of her gigs was a massive blow. How many gigs did you have coming up?
Well, over the Vivid period, was probably upwards of about 15 gigs that got cancelled all at once, and they were more rainbow than this wall. So that's particularly disappointing for me, but also for everyone else who wants to celebrate with some rainbows.
And so we've had to think creatively about how she can continue to get exposure and to connect with her audience. And so we converted this old courtyard into a studio. Well, the car's pretty full, 500 bucks later of stuff. Little old Salika can fill everything up, eh? We started by converting the roof and putting some polycarbonate sheeting on top. So there's still plenty of light that comes in, and it's got a really nice feel during the day. Lauren painted the walls with this really interesting artistic color scheme that during the day is kind of like rainbows and pastels, but at night it goes completely insane, and it's exactly what we were trying to get out of her live streams. Lauren's style is ultraviolet, UV. We wanted to try and continue that theme in our own private studio. So in this video, we talk about how we set up the stream, how we built the studio, and how we broadcast Lauren's sets to the internet. Stay tuned and I'll show you how we set it all up. So one of the most important parts of this studio is the lighting. So we started with the Philips Hue lights. We've got one up here and one up here as well. So the really cool thing about Hue is that I can control them all from my phone. So I can switch it on or off, and I can change the color. So sometimes I'll change those colors during one of Lauren's sets just for fun. The other component to the lighting is these UV stage lights. Now these are actually DMX controllable, though I haven't set up a DMX controller yet. That's the plan. Hanging them from the ceiling so we get these really cool UV effects on the wall. And then Lauren's added in her little love kind of neon, pseudo-neon sign there as well. That's pretty neat. For the lights, we're using the Beams Flat Par 186 UV. So these are UV LED lights, and you can have up to 12 of these daisy chains. They're 50 watts each with a 600 watt total. We really wanted to maximize how much UV light we could get onto her during one of her performances. So these 4 lights really do a fantastic job of that. We've got 2 hung up in the back of the room, and then another 2 on light stands, basically in our kitchen at the moment, which is shining into the studio. It makes for an amazing effect. Of course, this is where the magic happens. This is Lauren's DJ setup. I'm not a DJ, so I'm not going to pretend to know how it all works, but she's got her 2 Pioneer decks and her mixer. And then the mixer goes into the Scarlett 6i6 here, I think this one is. And then the 6i6 output goes into my Ninja V, which of course could also go into the laptop. And then we can control the gain from there. Sometimes Lauren also uses a microphone to do some vocals or some sort of audience interaction, and she'll set that through the 6i6 here as well. She can also plug it into the Pioneer DJ mixer, and that gives her some vocal effects and so forth. Lauren's vocals, she uses a Sennheiser wireless microphone, the XS Wireless 2 microphone. It's an amazing sound quality and really easy to set up. That plugs into the sound card, and she just keeps the microphone handy for whenever she needs to do some vocals or talk to the audience. Let me talk you through how I set up the camera. I've got 2 cameras. I've got the Sony a7 III here. The reason I use this camera is because it's got amazing autofocus. It's one of the best autofocusing cameras, mirrorless cameras that I've used before. Then I run that through the Ninja V as an amazing recorder. I'm not actually recording with the Ninja V though. I'm only using it as a monitor. It helps me get focus. but also it makes it much easier to go from a simple, the micro HDMI out of the A7 III into the Ninja V, and then I can take a regular HDMI through to my laptop. Now to get it into the laptop, I'm using the Magewell HDMI capture. This is only 1080p, but because we're streaming only in 720p, Facebook is limiting us to 720p, this is more than suitable. And actually it was only about 300 bucks. Now for the second camera, I'm actually just using my iPhone. I've used an app called EpoCam HD, which turns the phone into a webcam. So I'm just running it via the lightning cable, via a USB extension into my laptop. And honestly, it works brilliantly. This is the iPhone 11, not the Pro version, just the iPhone 11, so it's got a wide angle camera on it. Makes it great for getting sort of wide angle shots, including the decks, and then getting Lauren in the background. Autofocus is great, color, contrast, dynamic range is amazing. Honestly, for the sake of a $10 purchase for EpoCam, this is getting me really great results. Now for the audio, I'm just taking a simple 3.5mm jack out of Lauren's mixer and going straight into the Ninja V. Now I do this so that I can monitor the levels on the Ninja V. I can look through this, I can look through the viewfinder, and I can watch what Lauren looks like on screen, and I can also monitor the audio levels at the same time. So that's why I do that. But you could very easily just take this 3.5mm jack and put it straight into your laptop, or if you've got a sound card, I've got a Scarlett 2i2 which I use by Focusrite, and that's quite a good option as well. Now the audio and the two camera streams come into my laptop. I've got the latest MacBook Pro 16-inch, so it's got plenty of guts. In fact, I've barely seen the CPU blip past 2% when it's got two HD streams, and downscaling that to 720p. For the streaming itself, I use OBS. Now I have been toying with getting one of the Blackmagic Design ATEM switches. That'd be great if I've got maybe not such a powerful laptop, or if I want to handle more than a couple of cameras. If we have 4 cameras, that'd be fantastic. But for now, OBS is free and it's doing an amazing job. It lets me do scene transition cuts. It lets me scale, resize video. It connects to Facebook, connects to Twitch or YouTube. Works fantastically well.
My body came in a dance.
So I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned a few things about how to live stream and to set up a cool studio space. I've included links to all the equipment that we use in the links below, so if you're interested in learning more or buying some of those pieces, you can do that. I'd also really love to hear how you're streaming and what kind of gear you use and how you set it up. If you want to support Lauren and her music, totally check her out on the internet. Facebook, Instagram, you want me to say Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube? You can find her in all these places, Lauren Nico. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell if you're new around here. As always, thanks for watching codr.tv.